Welcome to Kletus Ray's Roadside Service. What are we doing today, guys? We're driving a tanker. We're doing my favorite job in the world. And we're having a good time doing it. Ain't that right? Yeah, buddy. We're having a good time. Sorry, that's my friend over here, Mr. Mr. Helmet. It's my motorcycle helmet. He's sitting here next to me. I've been talking to him the whole drive. He's a great conversationalist. Just kidding. I haven't been talking to my helmet, but if I was, that still wouldn't be that weird for me, I don't think. Anyways, yeah, we got a couple of little issues going on today. Nothing crazy, just clerical. I guess you could call it clerical. Clerical. My logs are a little fucked up. I don't know. I just got off a weekend, so I got my reset and everything. Everything should be great. But my logs, I stopped a few times and I got to my place to offload, and my logs were fucked up. They said I was driving for a lot longer than I actually was, which I don't know, it's kind of hard to make it make sense, but what I do this route all the fucking time, and I never have a problem. But today I am going to have a problem because I was driving and the GPS kept rerouting me in a spot where it normally doesn't try to reroute me. Some spots it does try to reroute me, and then I just go the way I want to go, and everything ends up fine, and I get there 10 minutes faster. Well, it just kept trying to reroute me in Caldwell, Kansas, the border queen. And I was like, what the hell's going on? I just need to go 81 south right here. And it says, oh, 81 south is actually shut the fuck down. So find a different way. And here's your detour. Go north a half hour and then go west another half hour and then come south an hour and then you'll be right on track. It's like, okay, you're taking a lot of my fucking drive time for this fucking detour. That's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. I don't like that you did that to me. I'm not a fan of how you did that to me is what I am. And I do have an adverse driving mode I can turn on, which I might have to turn it on because now I got to go back. But it's actually taking me a totally different route that says it's the fastest route. And if I go this direction, I will be at my destination with 10 minutes to spare. The problem is it's a 2.5 hour drive. So I don't know, a 10-minute buffer for 2.5 hours through roads that I've never been on, through the middle of Kansas and Oklahoma. Doesn't sound like something I really want to be betting on, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just turn on that adverse driving mode because fuck them. Fuck them shutting down the one fucking road that you can take. There's really, I mean, other than like little dirt roads and shit that I really don't want to try out, really don't want to do that. Really rather have a little bit more confidence in my routing abilities, but because I guess I could take a couple of little dirt roads, but I'm in a tanker trailer, a hazardous tanker trailer. I don't know if driving through some farmer's road over some skeptical bridges, over some ditches or whatever, sounds like a good idea. I just don't want to do that. So I'm just going to go the way the GPS tells me. We're going to hope everything turns out fine for me. But I am going to need to stop and grab me some food. And that's the other thing that's going to take away my drive time. My geotab logbook is fucking up. I don't know why. I didn't even stop in Emporia. I drove right through fucking Emporia, but for some reason it says that I stopped in Emporia and then started driving, and it hasn't updated anything since. And it said I had all these different, logs and shit, and I haven't shut the truck off once today. I turned it on this morning after my pre-trip, and I hooked up my trailer, and I hit the fucking road. I've not shut the truck off at all. Just because you don't usually have to. I fuel up while it's running. And I ran in to grab some Casey's pizza because I knew that I was going to probably, because usually if I want to get lunch on this route on a Monday, I got to get it after I get offloaded, which sucks because that's usually around 3 o'clock, which it's 3:52 now. So it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Luckily, I stopped and I got breakfast. Well, I kind of got breakfast. It was at 10 a.m. I got breakfast. So it's not really breakfast. It's not really lunch, but I enjoyed it, is what it was. And I knew I had to get that because if I hadn't have stopped then, I would be really upset right now. Because I stopped then and I think it took me, well, every time you stop, it takes 15 fucking minutes. But, and that Casey's, oh man, they got some of the dumbest people working at a Casey's. There's this lady that just could not count out. Somebody tried to pay with cash and she did not know what to do. She's like, oh God, I got to calculate. And then there's another lady sitting on the ground behind the counter. And I'm like, hey, you got 8 people in line. How about you stand up, dumbass, and fucking turn on that other red. I know they got their own shit going on. But honestly, if you're at a Casey's and there's 8 people standing in line, you only have 1 register open, and every motherfucker wants to put in their special code to get their fucking points or whatever, which is their phone number, which is, and the system lags. That's one of the biggest problems with it is like, it's like, oh, do you have rewards? So let me just run you through a Casey's experience. You walk in, sometimes people say hi, sometimes the door's held for you, sometimes you hold the door for them, that's just normal stuff on any gas station. But you walk into a Casey's, you walk by, sometimes you say hi. I immediately went to the pizza cabinet, grabbed out the slices that I wanted to get, and then I set them aside. I set them somewhere where nobody else is going to grab them. You know what I mean? Because I want to get in there, I want to get the pizza that I want, and then I have to go take a piss. I really should go piss first, but if I piss and I come back out and there's no pizza, I'm going to blame myself for not going over there and grabbing the pizza that I want first. So anyways, go over there, grab the pizza, run into the toilet, and the toilets are all fucked up. There's only one fucking urinal that works in this fucking thing. This Casey's is going down. And we're back. I got a phone call. What was I saying? Oh, walking into Casey's, grab the pizza, go take a piss. The urinal's fucked up. And then I walk back out and I start a cup of coffee. I grab a large cup of coffee, put it on medium on the coffee machine because it's all robotic and everything now. So click medium, fill cup. Let that sit there because that's going to take a little bit. Go do the rest of my shopping. And I make sure my pizza's still there. Nobody fucked with it. It looked like, because I had closed the bag, and it looked like somebody had opened the bag. But I'm like, hey, motherfucker, don't be looking in my bag of pizza. That's my bag of pizza. And I go over and I grab 2 waters because this truck I left this morning in a little bit of a rush. Not a big rush, but a little bit of a rush. And then I get in and start going, and I'm like, oh, fuck, there ain't no fucking water in this motherfucker. And you really don't go anywhere without water, but you definitely don't go into the middle of Oklahoma on some of these long, empty, trafficless roads through the middle of fucking nowhere without water. At any moment in time, you could blow a tire or have some sort of other failure, and then you are parked. And luckily, I get service most of the places I go. But if you don't, you're fucked. So anyways, I had to grab waters. That's all I'm trying to say, is I had to grab a couple of waters. There's a buy one, get one free. if you use the fucking code. And then I go stand in line. Or no, I go back to my coffee. I set all my shit there, and I go back to my coffee, and fix it up with a little bit of cappuccino, which I'm pretty sure their cappuccino machine just put some dirty water into my fucking drink, but whatever. There was a little bit of powder that came out. You know the cappuccino machines? Man, I used to work at a gas station. Those cappuccino machines are so fucked up, dude. And it's, I don't know, at Quick Trip, I used to open up the cappuccino machines and work on them myself when I would go in there because they were always fucked up. They had the best cappuccino machine, or like the good powder. It was a marshmallow something cappuccino. It tasted fucking amazing. But like I said, I fill up a large cup with a medium amount of coffee, and then I fill the rest of it up to almost less than an inch with cappuccino, and then I go put ice in it to just cool it down a little bit. I don't want to burn my fucking face off on coffee. Not a big fan of doing that. So anyways, but I like it warm. I like warm coffee in the mornings. Anyways, then you go stand in line, and there are 8 motherfuckers all standing in line. They all have a couple of little things with them. There's always one motherfucker that wants to cash in his fucking scratchers or his Powerball or whatever the fuck it is, and then he wants to get more, and you're like, dude, I need to call my legislator. I mean, this is in Kansas, so I need to call I'm a Missourian calling a Kansas legislator. Hey, I spent some time in Kansas, and I think you guys should put a ban on playing the lotto until fucking noon. If you have to gamble before noon, you have a problem. So basically midnight to noon. So there's a 12-hour period of every day that you're not allowed to play the fucking gambles. Okay? You're not allowed to buy scratchers. You're not allowed to do the Powerball. Casinos are open, but they're okay. But hey, quit that shit with the fucking scratchers in the mornings, okay? You fucking dumb fucks. Quit playing the goddamn scratchers in the morning. And then you know what this fucking guy does? He goes the counter where the register is closed. He grabs the scratchers and goes over there and scratches them and then gets back in line. And it's like, dude, find something else to do with your life, okay? Find something else to do with your life other than just sit here and play scratchers at the Casey's when everybody's trying to get their coffee and their fucking pizzas. Okay? Get the fuck out of here. You're not allowed to play until noon. Get the fuck out of the way. And at noon, that is going to also be a problem, because if I had gone there at noon and somebody played scratchers, I'd have a different little thing here. But maybe like from midnight to 8 a.m. No, because I was there at like 10. You know what? You're not allowed to fucking play scratchers at all at the store. It's actually a vending machine, and it's over there, and you got to get the fuck out of line. Get the fuck out of here. No more registers are redeeming them. They aren't checking tickets. They ain't doing a fucking thing with lottery. Make AI do it. Have AI do that over there, because AI ain't letting me buy my fucking pizza. But AI can take care of you and your fucking scratcher gambling problem at 10 a.m. in the middle of Kansas. God damn, dude. If I have scratchers that I've had for a long time. I'm not fucking with them, because there's always somebody behind me in line, and I'm not going to be that guy. Oh, you got a free ticket. All right, which one do you want? Or do you want cash? Or do you want to take $2 off your pizza? There's so many different questions and answers and scenarios when people play scratchers that it should be banned during breakfast time when people are in a hurry. So anyways, I finally get up there, and every other person wants to type. They're like, do you have rewards? And they're like, yeah, I have rewards. Some of them just tell the person that, and some of them just type it in themselves, but it's laggy as fuck when you type it in yourself. And then this one old dude that was like 3 people ahead of me, he had cash, meaning he had like $1 bill and a bunch of fucking change. And the lady sitting there did not. She looked like the lady at the counter looked like she watches that what is that show with the little girls that dance, they get all fucking perfumed up, and their mamas are like, you better fucking dance or I'm gonna. She looked like her mom beat her ass a lot growing up, but she was also, this motherfucker better quit fucking calling me. I might have to answer, but I'm in the middle of a fucking story here. If he calls again, I'm gonna flip the fuck out. God damn it, Hunter! Who dare calls me 2 times in a row? He heard me ignore it the first time. Oh, of course, I got a voicemail now. You motherfucker. He's texting me. He's voicemailing me. I got Amazon shit popping up. God damn it. This fat bitch didn't know how to count pennies and quarters and dimes. I thought places quit accepting pennies now. Anyways, they had a fucking problem trying to get the fucking change figured out. And I'm standing there with 2 liters of water in my left arm, like up against my stomach. I've got a hot coffee and pizza hanging from my pinky. Is that all I had? Yeah, that's all I had. So I'm standing there just waiting, and I have my wallet in my hand that I'm holding the waters with. I can barely move without dropping something, and I don't want to drop anything. So I wait, and then even before the next person was done, I was already like setting my shit down on the counter. Like, can you get the fuck out of the way? Can you please? I know you've been waiting just as long as I've been waiting, but you got to understand, I have a lot of shit in my fucking hands. One of them's hot, 2 of them are cold. I got pizzas dangling by a pinky. Let me set my shit down, you fuckhead. And then immediately I hit the rewards button. Do you have rewards? Yeah, bitch, I have rewards. I just clicked the button. Give it 5 fucking seconds. You work here. You should know this. I've clicked the button. I'm waiting. Okay, now I can type in my fucking phone number so I can get one of these piece of shit spring waters for free. And I think I get my coffee for free. Normally, if I use my rewards, I usually get my coffee for free. Sometimes a free coffee isn't worth it. Sometimes can I just pay for my shit and get the fuck out of here without you fucking talking to me about rewards and entering my number and this and that and blah, 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 and waiting for the thing to not lag? I'm going to tap to pay. Just type in the shit that I got, tap to pay, let me get the fuck out of here. Not everybody wants to use rewards. I understand you have to ask. I'm sorry, but you, lady, have already shown me that you're a sack of shit that doesn't know how to count. And now I'm upset. And then lady on the floor, what are you doing? Get up. Dude over there scratching over there, and he's just like wiping all the fucking scratcher shit all over the fucking side of the counter and everything. And I'm like, is this where the world is these days? I mean, there's not a whole lot to complain about these days, but I'm telling you, this is valid. Go into the Casey's. The Casey's are going downhill, bud. They still have good pizza, but the rest of it is really irritating the fuck out of me. And I'll tell you what, I went to a Maverick station the other day. Maverick. Who the fuck are these guys? Maverick. Their pizza is pretty fucking good, but I don't know. I'm not going to risk. It's really hard to beat a Casey's breakfast pizza if it's good. Not all Casey's pizza is created equally. Most of it's pretty fucked up or tiny slices. You got to get up there. You got to be able to get a big old slice. Anyways, that's what happened. And then you slide your car or you fucking tap to pay or whatever. I mean, that struck me over the weekend where I had to, well, I decided, it was Easter and we were on our way home after a long day. The kids got a fuckload of candy. We had a great time. And I said, let's go to Sonic and all get some Sonic Blasts. So I got Oreo. My daughter got brownie, and my son got cookie dough. And we all had a great time. But the guy came out. I slid my card 3 times. I did it this way. I did it the other way. I did it back the other way. And then the screen went blank, and I figured we were good. Nah, he came back. He's like, you got to pay for that. He handed me all the food. He's like, you got to pay for that. I'm like, I could have handed him like a maxed out credit card and then just drove away. What's he going to do? Call the cops on somebody stealing 3 Oreo Blasts? They were also not made with love. The Oreo was only in the top 25%. The bottom 75% of my Oreo Blast was just Blast. There was no Oreo, nothing. I don't even know if it was Blast. It was just ice cream, which is fine. I tried to mix it up as much as I could, but I'm like, this dude threw like half of one Oreo in this motherfucker. What kind of lazy motherfuckers do we got going out here? All these motherfuckers are, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure Missouri, minimum wage, $15 an hour. All these motherfuckers working at these fucking places are making more than I was making as a forklift operator. And they just don't care about anything. I don't know what to think about the new generation of children coming up these days. I don't know what to think about them. Some of them, it seems like they are past the woke, like they're born a certain time after the woke shit, and they're back to making fun of it. There's a certain amount of people that were born right in the middle of it, and they take that shit seriously. And then there's like my generation, which there were some of my generation that would take it a little bit seriously, but we all made fun of them so much that they would just cry in the corner. It's really weird. But my son, I'll tell you what, oh my gosh, my son is such a funny guy. He's going to be way worse than I was. I can already tell. Maybe not way worse. I wasn't a bad kid. I was a good boy. But yeah, I'm trying to get his mama to loosen up the leash a little bit. Over the weekend, it was Saturday, and the kids were like, let's go outside, let's go outside, let's go outside. And I was like, how about you guys go outside? They're like, what? I'm like, you guys go outside. Like, we can't go outside without a parent. I was like, actually, yeah, you can. You can go outside right now. Go. And I opened the back door, let them out, and I shut the back door. And they were just confused as shit. They were like, what the hell's going on? Because I had the kitchen window opened up so I could hear them talking. And they're like, Mommy and Daddy aren't out here. And he's like, well, I could do whatever I want then. And, I don't know. They're just having a good time. But anyways, Mama came out of the bedroom. She's like, are the kids outside? Where are the kids? Are they outside? I said, yeah, they're out in the backyard. She's like, they can't be out there by themselves. I'm like, why? She's like, because What if something happens? I was like, oh, to tell you the truth, they're going to be back up at the back door in about 3 minutes, and that's not going to stop for a long time. Every 3 minutes, they're going to be coming up to the back door with something. But you need to loosen up a little bit. We have a fenced-in yard. We have guard dogs that bark at every little fucking thing. If we hear the little dogs barking, we know something's actually going on. So just, it's fine. They're in a fenced backyard. Both fences are shut and locked. Everything's fine. Let the kids go outside and play. They just want to swing on the swing set. And anyways, I think we did make a little bit of progress over the weekend because we also did that on Sunday. I was like, get outside. Don't come back. Because that's what I was told. Go outside. Don't come back. And you're like, wait, do we come back? Yeah, well, yeah, eventually, but not right now. Go away. Leave mommy alone. Mommy wants to watch Days of Our Lives. And I don't want to watch Days of Our Lives. I mean, I spent a lot of my childhood outside. It wasn't until probably 1999, 2000, that I would like, well, I don't know. We had a lot of toys and stuff, but that's like when video games started showing up. That was Game Boy Color, which I could play that outside. I would always have a couple extra double A's in my pocket, if you know what I mean. And then PlayStation 1, and then later on PlayStation 2. And I mean, but I don't know. And I don't really remember playing PlayStation 1 really by myself. We had two controllers, and every game was two players, co-op or whatever. So I don't know. But anyways, I spent most of my time outside on a bike in the backyard, fucking off, doing whatever I want, shooting BB guns, lighting off little firecrackers that were left over in the bag that I found on top of the cabinet in my dad's area. Um, I also played Cars a lot. Did you guys ever play Cars? I loved playing Cars. I had a Hot Wheels collection people would love to have, but they were played with Hot Wheels. I didn't have anything I kept nice, really, but I had a collection of Hot Wheels, and I mean, there were some that I wouldn't let my brothers play with, and then my mom was always like, "You better let him play with those," and I'm like, "Not this one, though." She's like, "What you gonna do? Break it?" I'm like, "Well, hold on. Listen up, Mom. Listen up, everybody out there. These are Hot Wheels cars. You know the axle that holds the wheels? He pushes too hard on the Hot Wheel and bends the axles. Now I look like a fuck boy with a fucking Volkswagen Bug, fucking with the fucking wheels all cambered out, and one of them don't turn. And you try to fucking straighten that axle out, you're not straightening that axle out. It's done. Your favorite Hot Wheel, you let your brother play with it one time, maybe he steps on it. Maybe he's just pushing it real hard and he's smacking it with another car. Breaks the little windshield on the inside. I was devastated several times, okay? And there was a lot of cars I would just keep in my pocket. But anyways, I played Cars outside. We had a pool at one point in time. We got rid of the pool, but the big circle that my dad had leveled out and put a bunch of sand on was my fucking playground. I mean, there was like a part that was cut out. It was kind of like a canyon. I would make little canyon roads up to the top. I would waller out the dirt a little bit, make a little garage. I had a bunch of milk cartons and other like cardboard boxes and stuff that I would make into little buildings and shit. I mean, I loved playing cars. Um, and nobody ever played it as good as I did, is what I felt like. But I do remember me and Jordan, my buddy Jordan, we would go laps around. He had a cul-de-sac. Well, we did too, but he had a cul-de-sac around his, next to his house. And I remember me and him on our knees just going on a drive, you know. And Jordan, well, and I probably Tyler a little bit too, but mainly Jordan, because I knew Jordan earlier on. Me and him, he was the best cars player next to me. Man, I miss those days playing cars. Playing cars. Did you guys ever play cars? What did you play? Did you play with like what did you like get into? Because I mean, I had action figures and stuff, so I had those little action figures, but I had 1/18th scale cars also that I collected, and I would put these little action figures into the 1/18th scale cars. And that's another thing. Jordan got a bunch of 1/18th scale. I'm gonna have to talk to him about this. But Jordan, I remember he had a Hummer with a trailer and a Porsche and some other cool cars. He had another older Porsche, and then I had a Chevelle. I had a an Eleanor Mustang that I got from Tony. What was his name? Tony something. He was kind of a popular kid in like elementary school, and then I don't know where he went for after that. But all right. I'm kind of switching gears a little bit here. This Tony guy said you want me to make you? He's like, I can make robots. I'm like, what? He's like, I can make robots. I'm like, okay. He's like, I will make you a robot uh a watch that will do robotic stuff. I'm like, okay. And so I think I traded him some Pokemon cards for this robotic watch. What, you know what it was? He took a watch from McDonald's that played some Rugrats sound, and he put it in a normal watch, and he gave that to me. He's like, "Here you go." And I was like, "This is some bullshit." But there's another kid at school that was like super excited about this watch, and I think this was in not middle school. This was in um, summer school. And there's another kid that was in love with the watch that I had, and I don't know. He traded this. What's his name? Dylan or Tony? I don't know. It was one of those. He traded him something for this model car, and then I traded this piece of shit watch for the model car. And I was blown away by this. This dude was always bringing all kinds of crazy shit to school and trading it off. And I got this Eleanor 65, 66, 67 fastback Mustang, whatever the fuck Eleanor was. Um, it had steering. It had a little bite out of one of the wheels. I gotta stop back a little further. Um, yeah, the little chunk missing out of one of the tires. I guess I could go. Could I go? Should I go? Goddamn construction zones fucking everywhere, man. They're really fucking me up. Anyways, so I had the Mustang, I had a Shelby, one of those that fucking I don't know, concept car Shelby. I had a Dodge Ram. I had another old Dodge. I had a Bel Air. I had a Trans Am, a baby blue Trans Am with the bird on the hood, 77, and I loved that car. I saved up because my dad owned Hobbytown USA, so I saved up to get that fucking thing. And then guess what? I mean, my mom. I don't know. Was my mom for me or against me? I'm not sure because I remember my mom worked with somebody, and she said, "There's a guy at work. His son has that same exact car. You should give it to him." And I'm like, "Huh?" She's like, you should give your Trans Am model to the guy that has the actual Trans Am car. I'm like, what? No. And she's like, yeah. And she took my Trans Am and gave it to this guy at work. I can't believe it. Yeah, sometimes I wonder, was my mom looking out for me? Yeah, she was. I'm just fucking with you guys. But she did suggest. Oh, and then my grandpa, there was another one that it was my Bel Air, my 66 Bel Air or something. I don't know, something like that. But it was a two-door, bright red interior. Um, and that one was really cool. I mean, it had full suspension and everything. And then she was like, "Oh, your grandpa used to have one of those. You should give that to your grandpa for his birthday." I'm like, "What the hell, mom?" And of course, me being a good boy, I gave him away. But so then I don't know. It was later on I moved out, and I guess she had told me, she's like, "Hey, if you have all these toys over here, I'm gonna donate them if you don't come get them." And I think I just didn't go over there for a long time. It was kind of a weird time after my parents split and whatnot. And it wasn't that I was upset with either one of my parents, but I just didn't go over there to get it. She donated all of it. I had like those paper ream boxes. I had probably three of those boxes full of 1/18 stale diecast cars, and she just gave them all to fucking Goodwill. How dare, dude? I mean, everybody's got a story like that. Do you have a story like that where you had all your special baseball cards or whatever, and then your mom just pawned them off or whatever, got rid of them? You hear that a lot. A lot of that happens quite often. This better not be another fucked up road over here. These motherfuckers are always working on roads. How about you just quit working on them for once? Um, yeah. Anyway, I don't know how that relates to Casey's Pizza, but um, yeah, we had a great Easter. I mean, not the greatest Easter. I've definitely had better Easters, but it wasn't bad. You know why? Because I found out that my son's four wheeler is made to fit in the back of a 2024 Ford Escape, my wife's car. The front bumper and the rear bumper fit perfectly. Where in like a little SUV, there's usually the left seat and the center seat fold down by itself, and then the other seat on the passenger side is by itself. But I just moved that seat up a little bit, and the front wheels fit perfectly. I didn't have to do any. I just had to set it in there and shut the back hatch. Everything fit perfectly, and I was like, "Wow, this is nifty. This is super nifty." Because I thought I was gonna, if I wanted to ever take this quad anywhere, I was gonna have to throw it in the back of the pickup truck. Which most of the time I will throw it in the back of the pickup truck because I want to throw my bike in the back of the pickup truck too. But we were going over to Easter over at my in-laws' house, and I said, "You know what? The in-laws have way too nice of a yard to have grandchildren like you guys. We're bringing the quad." And so we brought the quad, and he was able to ride that motherfucker around doing laps in their backyard. I'm like, "Yeah, just kind of rut it up a little bit, rub that motherfucker, ride it, boy." I'm like, do skid marks and stuff. I'm actually not saying to do that, but their yard is like perfectly manicured, and nobody ever does anything but mow it. Nobody goes out there for anything. So I was like, "Hey, your grandchild has a four wheeler. He's going to ride it in your backyard." I know that my father in law, he was a wild motherfucker growing up. They always had dirt bikes and quads and go karts and bikes and all kinds of shit. And they were always tearing shit up. I'm like, now it's your turn to pay. Here we go. My boy brought over a quad. And then we even saw one of his little cousins that's the same exact age as he is. They were all born. There were three boys in my family. My son, my sister-in-laws, and my, I don't know what, step-in-law, whatever the fuck. My father-in-law's brother had a baby later in life, and they were all born the same exact month, the same year. And am I on 490? I'm on 281. What the hell is a detour for? I don't need that. And they all start with the letter L. I'm not going to give out the names, but anyways, they're the three boys all named L words. It's pretty cute. Anyways, we haven't seen that other one in a long time, so we brought him over, and I don't know. Some kids, even my kids, are the same way a little bit. Like they were scared. They're scared to flush a toilet. They're scared to use a blow dryer in like a bathroom stall or whatever. They're scared for the garage door to go up and down. They're scared when I turn on my truck, turn on my dirt bike. I mean, noises scare them. So I'm not really. I'm gonna poke a little fun at him, but that's only because my kids are used to the noise that, now they're used to it. Now my daughter's actually, she'll shut the garage door for me. My son will dry his hands off at the Taco Bell restroom. You know, they're actually they're getting used to some things. But this little boy, is because I was talking to his dad, and I was like, "Yeah, he can ride the four wheeler if he wants." He's like, "Yeah, we have an electric bike for him." So I was like, "Oh, is he on training wheels?" They're like, "No, no, he balances." I'm like, "Oh God, you one up me on that." My boy does not know how to balance quite yet, which is unfortunate. We're getting there. We're almost there, I think. Um, but anyways, I fired up that quad, and that little boy freaked the fuck out and ran away. And part of me was like, haha, my boy. My boy don't care how loud it is. Your boy is scared. But my boy was scared of it when I first fired it up. It's not very loud. It's not even as loud as a lawnmower. I mean, a lawnmower is kind of loud, but this is definitely quieter than a lawnmower. It kind of sounds like a blower, like a leaf blower almost. Pretty loud, but not bad. It's not loud enough for anybody to call the city on us and say, "Hey, they're riding that fucking loud ass four wheeler again." It's not loud, but no, he did not want to ride it. And then we brought it out. They have a cul-de-sac in front of their house. Brought it out there, and then my son was doing circles and doing high speed runs and whatnot, which it does not go very fast at all. Anyways, this little boy was like, "I want to ride it now." And I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, put on the helmet, put on the gloves. Here's your brakes. Here's your throttle." And he's like, "Okay." He nailed that throttle and then let off it immediately and took off the helmet and ran away again. I was like, "Boy." He's like, "It's too fast." I was like, "Nah, it's really not fast. It takes off kind of quick, but it's not fast." But anyways, he's going to be an electric. He's probably going to own an electric car well, I mean, most kids these days are going to own an electric car by the time they're 16 or whatever, and that's going to be their first car. It's going to be some full self-driving, blah blah blah. If I, if my son's, this is my turn. God damn it, I missed it. I could have made it, but I missed it. Anyway, good thing I can turn wherever the fuck I want, I guess. 8 miles. Remind me in 8 miles to look down at my fucking GPS, god damn it. Uh my boy if if I get my way, which I'm going to do my damnedest to get my way. I don't know how much gas is going to cost. When will he be? He's born in 19, so he'll be 16 in 29 plus 6, 35. 2035. I don't know how much gas is going to cost in 2035. But if I have my way, he'll be either driving a 1992 or a 1979 Chevy truck. And everybody's going to think, what the hell is that thing? That thing's an antique. And he's probably going to be like, I want to get the fucking new Lightspeed, whatever the fuck, electromagnetic car or whatever the fuck. Nah, boy. You get a 1992 Chevy truck. You get a 1979 Chevy truck. You're going to be loud. You're going to be the only person at school with a loud ass truck. But I don't know. Are we going to they're really doing their best to try to get rid of some shit. I know they had some rollbacks here recently where they were trying to make like all electric vehicles by 2030, and I think they rolled all that shit back. And they even the EPA and everything, they're rolling a bunch of shit back, like DPF filters and whatnot. Um, they're rolling some shit back, so I don't know. Maybe we'll get somewhere with that, but they're still really pushing for electric vehicles or hybrids or whatever the fuck. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Why am I going west? I really need to be going east. What is going on here? I guess it's not that bad. But yeah, 2035. My boy. 16 years old. I mean, if he hasn't I'm a little bit different parent than other parents, because I'm like, if he doesn't try to steal the cars, if he doesn't try, I mean, he's already showing a little bit of that, a little bit of, and I love it. I love that he's a little bit of a bad boy. If he was too good, if he was little goody two shoes, I'd be like, dude, I'm gonna spank your ass. If he was goody two shoes, my boy, he sneaks my cell phone away from me. I let him play Grand Theft Auto. We watch scary movies, gory movies. Whenever he'll sit there and lay on me while we're scrolling through Facebook, and like a bikini girl will show up, and I'll just leave it on there to see what he does. And he always gets like rosy red and everything. I'm like, boy, I need you to know. And then we were over at his in-laws' house, and even though they are a little bit squarish, they have all these garden gnomes outside, and they have one that is showing their tits, and one that's showing a dick, and one that's got his pants pulled down. And my boy was just over there making jokes like crazy. He was doing all kinds of weird dance moves. I'm like, that's my boy right there. I'm so proud of him. He's being weird. He's being funny. He's trying to make people laugh. He doesn't take anything too seriously. Anytime he gets mad at home, I just fuck with him hardcore. He'll eventually start laughing. Even if he's mad at me, I'm like even if I do actually get mad, I actually get mad for like half a second, and then I start fucking with him, and I make him laugh. He never gets in trouble for anything. I don't ever get my boy in trouble. I want him to feel safe around me. I want him to be able to talk to me and everything. I don't want him, because I see that in a lot of other parents where, their kids are just getting in trouble. You're in trouble now, and you're grounded, and then they're screaming, they hate each other, and whatnot. Or they just, I don't know. But me and my kids, I like the kids will start screaming, and we've been doing this a lot, where they'll get so mad at each other, and I'm like, hug, and they're like, no. I'm like, hug, or I'm beating ass. I haven't ever I think I spanked my son once when he was like 3. Okay, he's 7 now. I'm like, I'm gonna spank both of you if you don't start hugging, and use a little bit of threat. But they always start giggling and whatnot, and then I make them hug each other, and I'm like, first one to stop hugging loses. And oh, we're recording again, aren't we? Shit, hold on. Let me make sure we are. Yeah, we're still recording. Keep getting. Everybody wants to talk to me all of a sudden. I mean, that's what happens when you call 5 people and they don't fucking answer. I called because I was having trouble with my logs. I called my the lady that is in charge of keeping our logs straight. I called my old boss. I called my current boss. I called my old boss, and I called the fleet manager because the fleet manager used to keep our logs in check also. And fucking not one of them answered. I couldn't believe it. But anyways, I got it to where I'm gonna go on adverse later if I have to. I'm gonna really try not to. But anyways, it's a yellow light. I can go. There's a motel right there. I could go here. They got a deli nearby. And we're back again. I rode the bike today. God, that thing runs so damn good. But so it doesn't run super good. I think I did move down to a 155 jet from a 160, and then I had a 170 in there. But so I did notice the other day, and I don't think I brought this up on the podcast, but it was the other day. It was really fucking windy when I was driving home, and I was headed up one of these really steep hills. There's a really steep part of the highway where I was, and the wind was against me. I was riding right into the wind, and I was going up this hill, and I've gone up this hill a bunch of times, and I've never had it. I've had it go a little. Obviously you go a little faster going downhill, but I've never had it like hold me back a little bit, and it was holding me back. And it was like it wasn't getting enough fuel. So I don't know, because it runs fine, but whenever I was headed uphill, and it seemed like it was lacking on power going up that hill compared to uh, what I've noticed beforehand. So I don't know what that means. I don't know. I really need to just focus on getting that Pro Cycle Jet kit or whatever. But other than that, the bike runs fucking great. It's back to running really good. I've got my hour meter on there. I got the hour meter on my son's bike. Also, they're working and everything's good with them. Now my hour meter, it sucks because it's on the airbox under the seat, and in order to get to it, you have to take off both side panels, then take off the seat bolts, and then you can get to the hour meter. But really, I don't know. There's not really anywhere else on the bike that I really had noticed that I really want to put it. Now, I did think about putting it up on the front fairing, like on top of the headlight behind the shroud or whatever. There's a little spot that I could put it there, but I also don't need to look at my hour meter all that often. But, anyways, I got it on there, and it is getting signal, so now I can keep track of my hours, mainly for oil changes and other items that I'll start keeping a notepad or something of when I do different things, so I can keep track of shit. I'm also gonna do that with my son's quad, but my son, I think he's put honestly less than an hour on it, and I did an oil change on his bike also. I fired it up. I made sure the hour meter worked, so I let it get to a tenth of an hour or whatever, .01 or point 0.1 or whatever of an hour, and let it warm up a little bit. And then I turned it off, and that's when I changed his oil. I don't know. It's easier to change oil after it's been warmed up a little bit. Anyways, I think it's a really good thing that I swapped his oil because it was metallic. I mean, it was the break-in oil change is what it was. So I think I might even do another, since it takes so little oil, I might do another oil change on it next time I'm messing with it, just to make sure it drained all that shit out of there. Because I mean, holy moly, like, I know it's a break-in oil change. It's a brand new engine, everything, and they don't have oil filters on them, which is really unfortunate. I wish there was some sort of an oil filtration system for that bike, but there isn't. I just got to keep changing the oil. It only takes 100 milliliters, so there's like a little bottle that came with it, and you fill that bottle up, and basically that bottle, if you fill that bottle all the way up as much as you can, that's as much oil as it takes, which is really convenient. But I did stop and I got some full synthetic 10W40, which is the oil that's supposed to go to it, rather than 15W40 or whatever I got. And anyways, yeah, I want to keep that thing as nice as possible. I either want to keep it as nice as possible, or I want to blow it the fuck up and get a replacement engine sent to me, because I don't know, man. They did get me a new Polestar. I haven't received it yet. They said they were going to send it to me in 3 to 5 days. That means they were going to send it from China in 3 to 5 days. So now I don't know how long it's going to actually take. I think I saw it arrived in California over the weekend or whatever. So we'll see, but I'm not really holding my breath on it. I should have just been like, hey, just send me a check for this much because I bought one already. But whatever. And I am going to go ahead and I think I'm going to go ahead and put that pull start on there. Now I know that I can start it with a drill, but I'm going to go ahead and put that pull start on there because my drill apparently is not fast enough. Like, it will start the quad. It just takes a lot more to start it than what I was really hoping for. I don't know, man. Either that or get a new drill, but and I bought some red Loctite. Guys, I bought some red fucking Loctite, put it on that motherfucker, and guess what? It spun it the fuck off. It sat for 2 days doing nothing but curing red Loctite, and it fucking spun that bitch off like it wasn't even there. So I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with that. I'm thinking about getting a nylon locking bolt or something, and then red Loctite the fuck out of that, and then I might I don't know. I got to figure out how to get the engine to not spin so I can torque that bitch down. Because right now you can only torque it until the engine spins, which spins pretty fucking easily. And I don't know how I would do that. I guess I could pull the spark plug out and shove a screwdriver in there or something and try to wedge it between the piston and whatnot, just so I can torque that bolt down. Because there's not really, I guess I could take the chain gear drive off and hold that too, but I don't know. Anyways, if it blows up, I'm gonna look for a little bit of an upgraded engine or something. And I think it would be really easy. I can attempt to use my welder to fix some things up. And that's the other thing with this is, now that things are getting broke in with it, you're really starting to see where it's lacking. Well, the brake disc is rubbing the tie rod end. And I'm like, how in the fuck is it rubbing the tie rod end? And I don't know. Just something got a little worn out there, and now it's rubbing. So I got a couple little things I need to do to it. I really should buy like a big pack of washers. The thing has no washers on it anywhere. Need to put a bunch of washers on there. There's a really nice old Chevy truck, 4-wheel drive. Um, what else did we do over the weekend? Not really a whole lot. I did take a nice nap on Saturday. My wife was upset that I was taking. She's like, "Why are you taking a nap?" I'm like, "Cause I'm tired." The hell are you talking about? I've been working all week. I've been waking up early every day this week, working, coming home, watching the kids, and then going to sleep at midnight every night. She's like, "I go to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning every night." I'm like, "This isn't a race. I'm still tired. I don't care if." That's another thing that no, I'm not bitching about my wife here necessarily. I'm just about anybody. You're like, "Oh man, my back hurts," and somebody else is always like, I fucked up my back in the day and it didn't hurt," or some shit like that. It's like, hey, listen, just because you have more pain than me and there's no way to confirm that, my shit still hurts. And like the same thing goes with being tired. Oh, you should be more tired than I am? Okay, well, guess what? I'm still fucking tired. That doesn't change the fact that I haven't slept for 8 hours in months. Actually, I probably have over the weekends and whatnot, but no, she's gonna go see Morgan Wallen, that singer guy. She's a big fan of him. I don't care for him. I don't care for the guy. But obviously all the fucking chicks want to dig him or whatever the hell. The chicks dig it. He's got other song. That's not his song. It's a different song. But anyways, she's gonna go up to Minneapolis, Minnesota, to hang out with the Somalians and watch Morgan Wallen this coming weekend or whenever that is. I don't fucking know. But anyways, they're taking. So her sister has a brand new Chevy Blazer. Her friend just got a new, like, I think a Nissan Pathfinder or something, brand new. And then my wife's got a brand new Ford Escape. Three women, they're all going, and they all have three brand new SUVs. And my wife, I got the hotel because I have like hotel points or whatever. So I did that, but she's counting that as free. And I'm like, hey, hold on, it's not free. There's a monetary value to that. Just because I gained those points for free doesn't mean that you shouldn't still use that towards your commitment to the fucking trip. She's like, no, it was free. I'm like, I understand. It seems like it was free, but you still got to consider that into the cost. So, and they're wanting to take her car. So we're going to use our car. We're getting the hotel. What are the other people going to pay for? Are they going to pay for all the gas? She said they're going to split the gas. I'm like, all right, well, hold on here. You're going out of town. How about you take one of their fucking cars? You know, we got the hotel, somebody else gets the car, and the other one buys the gas. That's what it seems like it should be. We're going to put the miles on your car, you're going to pay for the gas, and you're going to get the hotel. There's three main items to this, other than concert tickets, which I don't know how they're doing that. I think they're just each buying their own ticket or whatever, but there's three main things to the drive. Split it up between that, but for some reason I'm taking care of two of those three things, and honestly it's me, not her. um and she said she was still gonna pay for the gas some. Or I was like, hey, how about this, you fill up the car in Kansas City and they need to pay for all the other gas that goes along with it. That's like $50, maybe less than $50. They got to pay for everything else. That's how it should be. That's how I think it should be. But who the fuck am I? Anyways, I'm like, hey, you're going to leave me at home with the kids. How about you leave me the fucking car, too? I mean, I don't mind driving the truck, but, yeah, we're going to go that way. 1 hour and 33 minutes, and I have an hour and 27 minutes left. So, alright, I'm already going to have to go on adverse. But yeah, I don't know. Just because I'm going to have to pick up the kids and stuff, and the truck, I don't mind driving the truck, really, but it's really not convenient. And it also looks weird because I don't have airbags in the truck. There's no airbags. That means, and that's the only reason kids aren't allowed to sit in the front seats of newer vehicles, is because they have airbags. So it looks weird when you have a 6-year-old driving in the front seat of a pickup truck. And I feel like it's going to put off the wrong vibe for the 2 days that I got to drop them off and pick them up from school. Also, I'm going to have to clean the truck out, which isn't a problem. It needs to be cleaned out, but I got my daughter shoved in the back seat, and they're just sitting on some inflatable fucking booster seats or whatever the fuck. They're travel booster seats that are now just my booster seats that I use. This says in 40-something miles. I'm 92 miles left, 46 miles. Anyways, she did not like that. She did not like that solution that I had figured out. I'm like, use one of their cars. So what she has solved, she said, this is what's going to happen. We're taking my car to Minneapolis. The other girl's car, her husband needs to use it. My sister has a car. She is going to loan that car to her mom, and then her mom is going to loan her mom's car to me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? She's like, well, she doesn't want to put miles on it going up to Minneapolis. Who the fuck gives a shit about the miles? Who the fuck cares about mileage? I'm like, just take your fucking sister's SUV to Minneapolis. What's the problem here? I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is a really easy, simple solution here. Your sister has a brand new car, take it and pay for a third of the gas or whatever, or however you guys want to figure that shit up. But leave me our car. Why should I borrow your in-laws' fucking car when just take your in-laws' car then, and then leave me our car? The fuck are you talking about? Anyways, just a little bit of Kletus's crazy issues here on the podcast. What else we got going on? Anything else? Anything going on else other than that? I don't know. I have Thursday and Friday off. It's cool. I'm going to be dad duty 100% of the time, which is fine. We're going to have a good time. Not sure exactly. I don't know. I kind of want to do something cool with the kids. That's the other thing. My wife, I was like, hey, you should take the kids to the pool one day because they just got off spring break or whatever. It's like, take the kids to the pool. She's like, I cannot take both kids to the pool. So I might do that. I might take both kids to the pool just because I can. What do you mean you can't handle it? Just take them to the pool. Let them splash around a little bit. Put a little floaty on them. They'll be fine. There's lifeguards. It's like you got 8 people watching the kids. You'll be all right. But I don't know if I even want to. It's an indoor pool, and that's the one where the fucking dipshit told me, off the wall! Hey, shut the fuck up. I'm fixing his fucking life jacket, you piece of shit. Off the wall. Sir, you can't be on the wall. Hey, how about I fucking beat the shit out of you and bloody up this whole fucking pool? Shut the fuck up, you dumbass kid. He can sit on the wall while I fix his fucking life jacket, you piece of shit. Shut the fuck up before I beat the fuck out of you. I will beat your fucking ass. He just pushes my son in the pool. That'd be, I mean, oh God. That would be funny, but I would also lose my fucking shit right there. Um, Little Sandy Creek. It is a little creek, and it's kind of sandy. Anyways, I don't know. Hopefully this was entertaining enough for you guys. Adios. Keep all 18 down. We'll talk to you later.